It is 24th of March 2023. Today is Friday. A very good morning to you catching us from different parts of this country. We welcome you. My name is Denis and it is Kokoliriko Show live here from Westtnile Television headquarters that is located on plot 39A Weatherhead Park Lane right here in the heart of Arua City, Western Sub-region. Those who are catching us live from the Greater North, we thank you very much from the district of that is Arua, Nebi, Zombo, Pakwach, not forgetting Noya, and those catching us live from the district of Gulu, the city of Gulu, Moro, not forgetting those in Lamor, Agago, Kirtgom, and not forgetting also those in the Karamoja sub-region. We thank you very much. We do appreciate you very much. And those who are catching us live from the diaspora, we thank you very much, and we do appreciate you for being with us and also standing with us. And we welcome you specifically this morning to the Kokoliriko Show. I will be giving you a breadth of every information that you need to know. There are other information that you might have really missed yesterday, and I will be also be able to give you what is the day-to-day like, and what are some of the events that are coming up from different parts of this country. And do not forget to know that today is the World Tuberculosis Day. It is the World TB Day, so the whole world commemorate World TB Day. And you have to know that the bacterium that causes TB was discovered in 1882 by Dr. Koch. So because of that, we do not forget to commemorate the day today, 24th of March 2023. And I know there are some districts that have organized for the event. I do not know whether our country, Uganda, through the Minister of Health, has organized a day to commemorate this. And if they have done so, I think we shall also be able to join the rest of the Ugandans to commemorate this particular day. So it is us to see how we can really join hands together to fight TB in our community. So the theme for this year is that yes, we can fight TB. So the saying should just be yes, we can fight TB in our community. So that informs our opinion poll this morning, where we ask you that what are the challenges in fighting TB in our country, Uganda. You will be able to drop your comments, and we shall be able to read your comments as the show will be going. So make sure that you drop your comment. Those who are catching us live from YouTube, we also appreciate you very much. And through the YouTube page, there is a comment section that you can really use for writing your comment, and also what is your take on this particular question that we ask this morning, that what are the challenges of fighting TB in our country, Uganda, and how best can we join our hands together to see that we get rid of this epidemic that is really affecting the world. Remember, over millions of Ugandans, over millions of persons have passed on, as a result of tuberculosis. And according to the World Health Organization, around that is 30 persons die daily as a result of tuberculosis. So if persons are dying as a result of tuberculosis up to that number of 30, then you have to know that this is a very serious disease, a very serious virus that we can really fight together. So TB can be transmitted, for your information. So if a person has TB and the person cough around you, and the particle lands on your face, maybe you inhale it, and then you end up also getting the virus. And those who share cups, you have to know that if a person has TB and he takes water using that particular cup, and you also do the same, I have to tell you that you will be able to get the virus right there. So because it is a very, very serious one. That it can be treated, that is something that I can tell you. So what you need to do is to detect it very early, so that you are able to treat it early as well. So for those who do not know, you might be suffering from a chronic cough, and you might be thinking that this is the ordinary cough. But I have to tell you that for your information, that might not be the ordinary cough that you think about. It might be, tuberculosis. So it is important for you to get to the nearest health facility next to you so that you diagnose yourself. If you are diagnosed with TB, then start treatment straight away. I know there are some people who are suffering from what we call the drug-resistant TB, that they have tried different drugs, but nothing seems to be working out for them. Keep trying and keep taking your medication as prescribed by the health worker or the medical personnel right there. All right, away from that, dear viewer, allow me to mention for you this morning that tomorrow, Saturday, 25th of March 2023, Uganda Christian University Arua campus will be having what we call the launch of the fundraising drive to raise money to put up a magnificent that is Dr. Henry Luke Orombi ICT complex right at the university campus that is located in Ringley here in Arua district, Western sub-region. So the fundraising drive is tomorrow, and different dignitaries are expected to launch this fundraising drive. And as Western Television, we shall also be able to see how we can get a glimpse of each and every event that will be taking place right that side of Uganda Christian University Ringley campus right here in Arua. So you will have to make sure that you be part of this, and we shall be able to give you the information as well. And the live team will also make sure that they bring some of the pictures live from Ringley right there. So you have to join the rest of the education lovers who will be raising funds to see how they can really put up a magnificent ICT that is complex that will be at Ringley right there. So you have to know that UCU Ringley campus is one of the UCU campuses that we do have in our country, Uganda, and this is to serve the greater north in as far as education is concerned. So you have to know that it is under the Church of Uganda, and we do not take this for granted. I know there are many people who went through Uganda Christian University, the alumni, and those who have benefited from the education services that are being provided by Uganda Christian University. So we have to join the rest of the persons who will be raising fund right there. So dear viewer, away from that, let's get to some of the news that we have gathered for you from different parts of this region called West Nile. I mentioned for you yesterday that the State Minister for Health in charge of general duties, that is none other than Honorable Anifa Kawoya, commissioning that is Koboko Maternity Wing right there at Barifa village that is in Koboko district. So allow me to tell you that the 2.2 billion magnificent fully furnished that is the maternity ward at Koboko General Hospital was commissioned, and it was funded by United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees to support both the nationals and also the refugees who are seeking services right there in Koboko district. So this facility was commissioned by the State Minister for Health, Honorable Anifa Kawoya, together with the Deputy Representative of the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, Jason Heps right there. Emmanuel Agele attended the commissioning of the facility, and he reports.
It's my honor and privilege that today we open and commission this maternity ward.
The Minister of State for Health in charge of general duties, Honorable Anifa Kawoya Bangirana, together with the United Nations High Commission for Refugee Deputy Representative Jason Heps handed over Koboko Hospital Maternity Ward to Koboko District Local Government. The 2.2 billion shillings fully furnished maternity ward funded by UNHCR have the leaders and the local communities say the facility has helped to reduce the pressure from the current maternity ward, and they have appreciated the government for such intervention.
Madam Guest of Honor, if my members of parliament will knock your door, I seek that you grant them the permission, because Koboko is a unique district. Bordering 2 international countries, the pressure on us is too much. The health facility deliveries is 250 per month. Just imagine if we deliver 250 per month, and you got that current facility, only 1 bed, 2 beds in delivery beds, and you see the pressure on the midwives, and you see the pressure on the facility we have. Our mothers are going to have rest. When you will be giving birth, you have comfort. And the reason why we are starting to operate this, besides the main one, we have assigned 1 full doctor here, and the rest of doctors are going to operate up. So that if mothers are assessed, those who need Caesar, we take them at early age, and they'll be waiting in that small facility that we have. But those who are very strong, like the mama who came yesterday, they will be accommodated here. So it means we are going to have less pressure there, but many of the deliveries are going to be in the current facility.
We are now looking at a facility that is directly feeding into a manifesto of the NRM that is of socio-economic transformation. There is no way people can go to the middle income, which we are fighting for as a government, as a party, without having healthy people. And actually today, against of honor, you can witness that the fertility rates of Koboko are quite high. Even here, when you count the women who are pregnant, visibly and non-visibly, there are many. But this all is a result of the government, the intervention the government have had in child care and child health care, in public health care, and also the bills which we are enjoying.
James Baba, Koboko County Member of Parliament, has demanded that the resources of the district should not be scattered, but instead prioritize them.
The biggest challenge here now, which has been mentioned, but you have produced something without a major element attached to it, and that is the theatre. Let's put our heads together so that this theatre can be built. And believe the design is already there, it is just now funding for implementation. You cannot have mothers delivering and developing complications and not being helped immediately. So Honourable Minister, my plea through you, UNHCR, and to all good-willing people, that the first priority should be the theatre.
The Member of Parliament for Koboko Municipality, Dr. Charles Ayume, has vowed to see that the hospital is completed, and he has further urged parents to send children to school, as the hospital will partly solve the unemployment issues.
Let us get out of this sleep of all the time saying government has brought a hospital here. So let us send our children to school. Because a hospital cannot work with machines only. Unaweka dawa hapa, then banga anaingia anatoa dawa yake anakwenda. No, there has to be daktari, there has to be a nurse, there has to be a pharmacist, there has to be a lab technician, and so forth. So it is important we send children to school. The hospital will provide direct employment for 200 people. That is the normal staffing, paid for by government. Paid for by government. And we are talking of unemployment when we have brought a hospital here.
UNHCR is contented to have made this asset as part of the ways to strengthen the district health system, and hoping it will prompt other development partners in meeting their commitments to Uganda in the spirit of global impact on refugees.
As I said, Koboko is and has been a model refugee hosting district. From the time of arrival of refugees, Koboko's leadership requested support to manage yourselves the situation. You didn't ask others to come in and do it for you. You did it yourselves. And we came in to give the support that we could to you. You have done it. Thank you. The United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees in Uganda is pleased to have made this investment, which we expect will provide the basis for other development partners to come in and help you, Uganda, finish the job. I would also like to use this platform to urge other refugee hosting districts to come to Koboko to meet the local authorities and district officials and learn from the good model that you have done. It's my honor to to hand over this fully equipped and high standard 50-bed maternity ward to the leadership of the district local government. This will deservingly serve families, mothers, and newborns of the District 12, including refugees and Ugandans alike. Thank you.
The guest of honor for the commissioning of the maternity ward, Honorable Anifa Kawea, the Minister of State for Health in charge of general duties, has commended the leaders for working as a team to execute government projects.
After saying that, I trust our mission today will strengthen further partnership with our donors. All our donors headed by UNHCR. This is not the only thing. They have done a lot of things in this region, in Western region, and to the Ministry of Health. You chose it right to say that in matters of health, no one can go it alone. Globally, we work together. That is why it is called humanity. So we have to bring our hands together to ensure that we touch the hearts of the many and many majority that cannot sustain themselves in terms of health. And as a ministry, as a government, we can't do it on our own.
The state-of-art 50-bed maternity ward of Koboko Hospital, which is fully equipped, is funded by United Nations High Commission for Refugees and will serve the district's families, including Ugandans and refugee communities. And the first baby was delivered on the handover day and named after the UNHCR Deputy Representative, Jason Hebbs. Emmanuel Agele, Westtnile TV Nilecast.
All right, thank you very much. You have heard from that is Emmanuel Agela, our correspondent who was in Koboko, and he was able to report for us what exactly transpired during the commissioning of Koboko General Hospital maternity ward, and newly furnished, and with the fund from that is United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees. We do appreciate you, the UNHCR and also the government of the Republic of Uganda for the partnership, and I know that this is what we always say, it should be embraced. So partnership, let's support government as well in as far as ensuring the health of the people is really okay. So we don't take that for granted, and I know the people of Koboko will be able to use the facility very well, because we should not just be allow such facility to be idle. So the pregnant mothers in Koboko, you will be able to take good care of the facility, and the health workers who are working at Koboko General Hospital, more especially those who are attached to the facility. Let us take care of the facility properly, so that it will be able to serve a great population of people who will be seeking health services from the facility right there. Let's come back to Arua City. We are talking about the matter of the bridge constructions right here in Arua City. Remember last year in the month of October, Arua district handed over 2 bridges on River Enyao to names that is a company limited for the construction. But unfortunately, I have to tell you that it is almost coming to that is 6 months down the road. The bridge construction seem not to be moving on well. But according to the engineer, he says that the work construction has reached 60%. But visibly, if you are to see with your man high, you will be able to know that the progress of the work at the 2 sides of the bridge, the works are not really moving on faster to save the lives of the people. One of the bridges is this one that connects the people of Awindri with the people of Pajulu, and then another one is the one that connects the people of Odi and Nyadri with the people of Riwala. So this is something that we thought it is important that I should be able to bring to your attention, and this is a multi-billion bridge construction that has been funded by Uganda in support to infrastructure development. That is USMID project that is being rolled out to the refugee hosting district. So Arua district was selected among the districts hosting refugees, and on several occasions the money were taken back to the consolidated fund, but last year, the Minister of Finance was able to reconsider disbursing back the money to Arua district for the bridge construction. Unfortunately, the work progress seemed not to be well with the members of the public, and they are complaining a lot in as far as the mode of operation at the construction sites is concerned. Let's get more from Joseph Julua as he reports on this particular story.
The leaders of Arua district are optimistic of the completion of Enyao Bridge construction works. This assurance was made amidst delayed completion of the construction works on the two bridges since October 2022. According to the site engineer for NIEM's establishment, a company contracted to undertake the construction of the two bridges, Chaku Fred, said that the works are expected to have reached 60%, but for various reasons, the work is still at tender stage.
By today, we should be at about 60% of our time duration for the construction of this bridge. The construction works is expected to take about 8 months by the terms and conditions in the contract. And as I said, we should have consumed about 60% of the time given for the works. In terms of the physical progress, we should be at about 40% of our physical progress in terms of the construction works.
He assured the local community not to be worried of the labor force since there is adequate manpower for the work.
We have an 100% nationality recruitment. We don't have an international labor force recruited on site, and indeed we pledge to the community since the commencement of the project that we shall make advantage of this project to make sure all the community members benefit in one way or the other. Put on ground is to make sure I have adequate labor that can do what I want at a particular time. When another labor, like any specialty labor, is required at another site, I have to shift. That shifting should not worry the community. The shifting of labor, shifting of materials should not worry the community.
One of the challenges that were encountered and delayed the progress was during the excavation process that saw them land on a hard rock. Meanwhile, as the rains return, there are worries of delaying the work further.
When we started the earthworks excavations, we met the challenge of the rock. Up to the next end of even blasting the rock, after trying all the possible ways. Finally, after blasting the rock, then we had to achieve the required level of the depth for our excavation to start the construction works.
The good thing is the activities they are doing does not stop them from proceeding with the other. Like per now, they are doing reinforcement on this bridge one, on this bridge to right, on this bridge two. At the same time, on bridge one, they are draining water using a generator to create them space to do work. So for now, I am not seeing any much challenge.
That thing to heal properly, it needs what? Water. If water keeps flowing down, the water that is poured, I have seen them even going to hawker to buy blankets. They hang blankets there, they pour water so that water is all the time there on the wall. So let's leave it to them. But for me, I want to say all the stakeholders, we must have our eyes wide open.
Alfred Okonji, the district LC5 chairperson, assured the public not to be worried of the rains as the engineering department is determined of delivering. And he added that some of the delays might be as a result of delayed release of funds.
Problem of release of funds from the World Bank to the contractor. It took a bit of time. Okay, so that is a technical issue. We shouldn't really divulge so much on that. Ours is that the bridge must be a quality bridge that can last for over, the engineers say over 100 years, others say 200 years. But for me, as a leader, I am after the quality work.
The construction of the two bridges on River Enyao is expected to be completed in 8 months, starting from 4th October 2022. Joseph Chura, Westtnile Tv, Nilecast. The leaders of Arua district are optimistic of the completion of Enyao Bridge.
For those who are familiar with these bridges we are talking about, more especially Enyao Bridge here, just from Awindri to Bieti Pajulu. And let me tell you, Because of that bridge, somebody here in Arua city got few votes from, those areas, because the members, the residents, who are staying in those areas, they say they cannot vote for a politician who cannot think about them. And I believe when this bridge will be worked on, there are people who will be smiling. And remember, the supervision is for Arua district, much as the implementation of the project is in the city, because by that time the project was written in the name of Arua district when the whole of Aivo was under Arua district, before it was annexed to the central division to form Arua city. So the bridge work construction, work is being supervised by Arua district, for your information. So in case of any problem about that particular bridge, you should not blame the city, but you have to blame the district. In case, mark my word, in case. So if the work will be done properly, then the district will not take the blame. The district engineer should really help the members of the public in as far as supervising the work is concerned. We don't want this bridge to be like the other bridge that is Ringley, where the contractor decided to disappear and the workers started stealing the building materials that were used at the site. And remember, the contractor was got from the center under Matif project to support the farmers in rural areas, more especially in infrastructure development, because without proper road network, even if you have good acreage of farm produce, you will not be able to transport your produce to the market. So Minister of Agriculture thought it wise to give a project of bridge construction for the people of Ringley. If you have ever used the UCU road for you to get out of from that is Njava, there is a bridge that is supposed to be constructed. Unfortunately, the progress of the bridge work was somehow, I do not know whether the work has resumed, because it has been a long overdue. There was a time that police was investigating and arresting people who were stealing the construction materials at the site. So I believe this is not also happening with this one of Enyao 1 and Enyao 2, that is the other side of Odia Nyadri. So this project is costing government of the Republic of Uganda billions of money. So we should not take it for granted, and we should not just say this is the work of a politician to supervise this bridge construction. So it is our responsibility to see that we have quality work done in our city. I am a person of no nonsense when it comes to supervising public facilities that are being put up here in Arua and in Westtnile in general. And this reminds me of one of the roads that was constructed here in Arua city, just in front of a tropical suite hotel here in Arua Hill. So you see the kind of design and you begin to question, what kind of engineer is this who designed this road in this particular manner? And you suspect that there is money that has been eaten there. I do not know why the office of the IGG and also the State House Anti-Corruption Unit never took interest in this particular case of the road, that the design has confused even the engineer who designed the road, because I've never seen such kind of road existing anywhere in this world. When we talk about road development and road designs, I am not an engineer of road, but using my eyes, I can really tell you that this is a shoddy work, and this is not a kind of road that we are supposed to have. And so, members of the public, let us be vigilant and let us supervise some of these works, because it will be us to suffer from the consequences that might arise from the shoddy work that is being done, or shoddy works that are being done on some of the government facilities that we do have here in Westtnile. So it is you and I to see how we can really supervise and see work well done. Let us shift gear from Western Sub-region. Let's get to that is Kampala, where yesterday members of parliament were able to pay tribute to the former Speaker of Parliament of the Republic of Uganda, Right Honorable Jacob Olanya, who passed on in situ, that is in United States of America. So yesterday's afternoon, the Parliament of the Republic of Uganda had a special sitting to commemorate the first anniversary of the passing of that is late Right Honorable Jacob Oulanyah, who was a Speaker of the 11th Parliament, elected by the majority members of Parliament during the election that took place in Colorado last year. So the motion to pay special tributes to the former Speaker was moved by the Right Honorable Prime Minister Robin Arabanja, and was seconded on behalf of the Leader of Government, the Leader of Opposition at Parliament of the Republic of Uganda, that is none other than John Nabeshe, who represented the Leader of the Opposition in seconding the motion. So the members of Parliament were able to pay tributes to the former Speaker of Parliament of the Republic of Uganda, Right Honorable late Jacob Oulanyah. And before the afternoon session, in the morning, every Thursday, there is what we call the parliamentary fellowship that do take place each and every morning of Thursday. So yesterday by 7:30 to 8:30, there was a special prayer that was organized, and the prayer was in memory of the former late Speaker of Parliament of the Republic of Uganda, Right Honorable Jacob Oulanyah, who passed on last year in the same month of March. He was buried late, early April, for your information right there. So the Speaker of Parliament of the Republic of Uganda, Right Honorable Anita Anetamang, during the fellowship early in the morning, noted that the current leadership of the House will continue working in the footsteps and beliefs of the predecessor, Jacob Oulanyah. The Speaker said the evidence-based, that is legislation, is one of the key areas that Parliament is to continue focusing on, even in the absence of late Oulanyah, who believed in it. Now, she made the statement during the memorial service held early yesterday, Thursday, 23rd of March 2023, at the Parliament building in memory of the late Speaker Jacob Oulanyah, who succumbed to cancer last year in Seattle, United States of America. At the time of his death, you have to know that Oulanyah was also the Omoro County Member of Parliament, and also served as Speaker of 9th month and also 24 days. So having been sworn in on 24th May 2021, he added that the late Speaker believed in humanity and the principle of Ubuntu that the Parliament is to continue with. She assured the late Speaker's family of Parliament's support, and noted that annual memorial prayers are to continue to ensure that the legacy of the deceased is kept. The Minister for Justice and Constitutional Affairs, Honorable Norbert Mao, who is a great friend to the late, commended the growth of the current parliamentary leadership, which he said was anchored on Oulanyah's influence. In his preaching during the prayers, that is Honorable Abed Buanika, that is a member of Parliament who belongs to National Unity Platform, Kimanya Kabonera Division, described Oulanyah as a humble leader, just like Moses in the Bible, who was available in service to everybody. He added that Oulanyah will be remembered for being courageous and a servant leader who appreciated life as a victory with suffering. If my producer can give us the pictures or the video from Parliament of the Republic of Uganda, where members of Parliament were able to speak their mind about the life of the former Speaker of Parliament of the Republic of Uganda, late Jacob Oulanyah Lokori, who was a member of Parliament for Omoro County here in northern Uganda, and he has been replaced by his son, that is none other than Jacob, who is none other than Oulanyah also, because he's using his father's name right there. So we can get this story as it is being played. As
I want to thank the people of Omoro for electing my brother Andrew to extend the legacy of the late. You people of Omoro, I salute you. This man may not fit well in his late daddy's feet. Be patient with him. I'm very much sure by the third term we will be already there to fulfill all the desires of the Lord. Jacob Oulanyah
was one of the finest public officers this country has had. Right that we remember him. He was a personal friend. Whose distinct qualities stood him way, way above many of the public officers this country has had. The member holding the floor should address the speaker, not the speaker and honorable members. That is not accepted practice, and he was disturbed by it. He had promised to talk to members about it with the speaker. I suggest finally that in honor of this man who was distinctly in his own class, as far as this country is concerned, we should go back and remind ourselves about standard practices when it comes to our general conduct in this house.
When we try to apply them on you, the corridors become hot. Members run out. But I think slowly by slowly, because there are some members, for example, I've attached to senior colleagues for mentorship after observing your weaknesses.
The late Jacob told us one thing, that you are now the people representative. You must have to exercise tolerance in whatever things that you are going to do. Jacob advised us to be consistent, that if there are issues which that issues are not being attended to, do not waver or drop them. Be consistent and remain on that ground. The Right Honorable Jacob, who has already left us, he advised us to stand by one another, to support each other.
Proud that we have supported him and he became a speaker before he died. And I want to say, may his soul rest in peace. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Minister for Health.
To the people of Omoro, I know they are here. There are many projects that he had started. There are many projects that I went with him to Omoro and he talked about. And I know the Honorable Andrew Olanya here has the responsibility to see that they come to an end. We shall work on it together when this parliament gives me money. His calm demeanor and smirky smile that you could tell was from his heart. It was very easy to distinct a leader who was not populist, but cared about the demands and the well-being of Ugandans in this country.
I would appeal to the government, Honorable Speaker, when a resolution is passed in this House, in Parliament, let it be fulfilled. Let the government continue with the project which it began. Let the government really have been be remembered in whatever the building, not only the day that we are commemorating today or celebrating. Me, when I was inducted into World Olympian for Life in 2021, this same parliament passed a resolution that they would build a theater in my health center. Up to now, I think they're waiting until I die, then they would praise me. Honorable Speaker, let the thing put right. If somebody pass on a thing, let the person be praised forever and should be remembered for what person has done. This is what I would appeal to you, colleagues, Member of Parliament. I want to thank you for that, and may God bless you all. Thank you.
All right, dear viewer, those were the tributes from the members of parliament in as far as the life of the former Speaker of Parliament of the Republic of Uganda, Right Honorable Jacob Olanya, is concerned. So I think it is a good practice always to remember those who have been able to do good to us and those who have been able to outstood in their leadership. And the former Jacob Olanya, the former Speaker of Parliament of the Republic of Uganda, Jacob Olanya, is one of those that their leadership role cannot be forgotten in our country, Uganda. And I believe this can also be done to other leaders who have departed away from us, and we believe that they are with the Lord. And if Parliament can also do the same, that each and every year those who were outstanding in their leadership role can be remembered like this, and then it is a good one. I do not know whether some people will be able to organize for my memorial service or mass when I will not be here. I cannot say I am going to be here forever. Time will come for me also to leave this world. And I always ask myself, will I also be remembered like those that are being remembered? I do not know. I cannot make a personal judgment right this morning that I will be remembered or not. I leave it up to those who appreciate what I do. And it is important that we go for a break. And when we come back, we shall be able to bring for you more information that you need to do right here on Westtnile Television. And don't forget to scan the QR code on your screen using your smartphone if you want to get direct to our YouTube page, and then you will be able to subscribe. So, and you have to know that we are also asking you to comment on how best can we fight TB. As we all know that today, 24th of March 2023, it is the World TB Day. If you have ever known of a person who has gotten cured of tuberculosis, then can you share with us how was the person living his or her life, and what really made the person to get cured, and how can we also help those who are suffering from the same virus also to get cured, and how can we protect ourselves from not contracting this, I call it deadly, because 30 persons die daily according to World Health Organization of TB. My name is Denis, and it is Kokoliriko Show on Westtnile Television. Let's go for a break, and when we come back, we still have more for you. Good morning.
Westtnile TV, lighting up the region.
Family is not an important thing. It's everything. All family members, children of all ages, ladies in the house, and the big boys. StarTimes gives your family a complete TV entertainment, reliable signals everywhere in the country, standby customer care services, most affordable and convenient subscription. StarTimes, big on global, more local channel, most affordable. StarTimes is with you no matter the situation.
All right, we'll be back 3 minutes to the top of the hour of 8 a.m. right on Westtnile Television. I am glad you are still watching Westtnile Television. Kokoliriko is the show you're watching. We are coming to you live from Arua City, right here on plot 39 here, Weatherhead Park Lane here. Somebody did say that why can't we change it to a local name here. This a lane here, Weatherhead. So you have to know that Weatherhead has been one of the administrators by then who are managing this region. So in remembrance of his deeds to the region, that's why the street or the lane has been named after him right there. So I think it is up to the city council to deliberate on this matter, whether to change the name or to keep it like that. But I have to tell you that one of the business person, unfortunately pastor, that is Tom Burua, there's a street that has been named after him, and this is the famous Mango Road, has been renamed to Tom Burua, who is the proprietor of Heritage Courts Hotels here in Arua. So for other streets that we do have here in the city, and they are carrying names of the white man, the streets can as well be renamed. It is upon the council to sit and make decision right there. Dear viewer, breaking news are coming through from Paida town is that a suspected vehicle thief has been lynched by unknown persons right there. So the motor vehicle thief has been killed in Jupatombo village, Otorogang Ward, Paida Town Council right there. We shall be able to bring for you the story at 7 p.m. During our Nilecast, the full story of what exactly happened there, the name of the person who has been killed, and according to the person on ground, he says that the police has declined to comment at the moment, but he was able to speak to some few people. We wanted to connect right live from Paida to get this update, but we are trying to see how technically we can do that for us to get this information live. According to the pictures that we are receiving, the pictures are fresh, right morning pictures, so it means that either the thing happened in the wee hour of the night when this suspected vehicle thief has been killed. So the vehicle looked to be in the model of a Hummer, a very, very, very nice vehicle right there. So this is going to the thieves that we do have. If you want to steal in other parts of this region, but don't try to steal and you want to cross this side of West Nile, more especially around Paida, when it comes to the issue of dealing with the thieves, the people in Paida know how to deal with thieves. For your information, I can remember vividly in 2020, if I beg to be corrected, whether 2019 or 2020, where a number of thieves were burned alive during broad daylight. So if you're a thief and you want to go and steal in Paida, please, I'm telling you, don't go there, because you will not like it. For your information, for Paida people don't like thieves, and some people are saying that if such actions are also to be taken against those who really, corrupting government money, that will be okay. But the law is there. We don't take law into our hands. We also discourage mob justice right there. So I expected this person to be arrested fast, and you never know, the person might be in position to disclose where the Arua Regional Referral Hospital ambulance is. Remember, the hospital's ambulance was stolen some times back, and up to now we do not know where the ambulance is being kept. So such thieves, once they are arrested, those who steal vehicles, once they are arrested, they should not be killed. They should first be asked serious questions. They might be able to disclose where they always take these vehicles. And this will really help the security operatives in our country, Uganda, to make follow-up. And I know that the vehicles that are being stolen from our country, Uganda, more especially from this region, are being driven to Democratic Republic of Congo. And I know there are a great number of vehicles that are being driven by Congolese that do belong to the Ugandans. Unfortunately, they lost the vehicles to those thieves who are always, right there to steal the vehicle. We have, that is Alfred Jawoko, who is in Paida, and he is a correspondent and he works with the Radio Paida. It is important that we should be able to hear from him as being a journalist. Let me get to him. Good morning, Alfred Jawoko.
Yeah, good morning.
You are live on Westtnile Television.
Yeah, good morning once again.
Yes, can you give us a brief of what exactly is happening in Paida this morning in regards to the vehicle thief who is suspected to have been killed?
Yeah, thank you, our viewers. Thank you, Mr. Denis. As I speak now, I'm in Jopatombo village, or Torogang ward by the town council. This morning at around 5, you got a message that someone has been lynched, a suspected car thief, that he came to steal and he disorganized all the vehicle. He also started the engine, but unfortunately, all good enough. The watchman, who was alert on duty, was watching everything that was happening. Then he made an alarm to the residents, the nearby residents. They came and they lynched him. At the moment, as I talk, the body is still at the scene and the police is also at the scene. They are preparing to take the body to mortuary. The LC1 of Shorshen, Isaac, is being interrogated for statement, and no arrest has been made as I talk now. But the councillor, Otorugang West Ward, Otorugang Ward, Mr. Kriish Levin, also narrated the story. He gave his statement to police. But now the body is being conveyed to Paida Health Center 3 for postmortem.
Who is this gentleman? Is he a person from somewhere, or is a person who also a resident of Paida?
To tell you the fact, this person has not yet been identified, and some of the residents who are here at the scene, they have even failed to recognize him. Even me, because I stay in this town, I know most of the faces, but I've failed to identify this person. What I can say, the body is unidentified.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, thank you very much for the update. We shall be able to follow up the story to see how we can get the full identity of the person and what next that the police is going to do in regards to that. Now, let's talk about the issues to do with the stealing of cars from that side of Paida. How frequent has been the cases?
Indeed, cases of motor vehicles and border motorcycles, it has been on the rampart. Like the recent case was in Nebi district, whereby a border motorcyclist was killed by robbers. Definitely, he was hired by a lady who later handed him over to some 3 guys who were in the bush. They came and killed him, took the numberless motorcycle, and cases of vehicle theft is on the rise in Zombo district. As I talk now, this is the 3rd incident which has happened according to police.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, thank you very much for giving us the brief.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. We have been speaking to, that is Alfred Jawoko, and he's a journalist with Radio Paida right there, giving us the account of the event that has really happened. It is a nasty one for your information, and you have heard from him that cases of vehicle theft and also cases to do with stealing of machines in Zombo district and the Greater Nebi in particular, it's on the rampant, and I think this should also serve as a warning to those who own these vehicles and also motorcycles, that we should be very conscious about, especially those who always ride in the night. So if a person picks you, that please take me to a place that you are not quite sure of the place, and also you're not familiar with the person, you have to be careful and you make sure that you can refuse that money, because if you refuse the money, you will not die. Tomorrow again, you will be able to get more money than even the money that the person will be able to give you. And this is going to the boda bodas who are always riding in the night. We have ladies who are being planted by these thieves to pick you, and for you will say that ladies are good people, you know, they cannot do such and they will not be able to, you know, disappoint me. But you do not know what this person might be thinking. You do not know the connections that this person might be having with different persons. With the technology that we have currently, the smartphones, where somebody can just be online or sending messages that yes, we have started the ride already, we have reached this place, please can you take cover, and we are about to reach here, we have reached. And you see guys jumping from the bush and you ask yourself, how did they know that I was coming in this direction? So the boda boda riders, let's be very careful. It is good that of late in Arua City, the cases are reducing, the cases of people being attacked, and their motorcycles, their vehicles being stolen, their motorcycles being picked. It was so rampant around 2017, 2018 here in Arua City at Barifa. You could not really ride even during midday through Barifa to Muni University. But currently, I think the situation has really calmed a bit, and so we say bravo to the security personnel that we do have here in Arua City. And I believe that the security personnel that we do have in Zombo District, please let us also wake up and we pacify our patrols each and every time that we are doing our work. So doing patrol is very important. While for the thieves, please, I'm telling you again, if you want to steal, don't go and steal in Paida, because you will not survive. Paida people, they don't tolerate thieves, by the way, for your information. They will burn you alive. And you also those who want to go and try it in Parombo, please don't go and try. Because if you go and try it in Parombo, they will burn you alive. And that is the principle of the people in Parombo, that we are suffering, getting this money, and you just want to come from somewhere, and then you just want to steal from us. We shall not tolerate that, because you do not know how we were able to risk ourselves in the kind of business that we are doing. So never steal. That is my message to you. If you cannot work for yourself, hang yourself, die. It is possible, other than stealing. And for me, I don't have kind words for thieves. You know, I am suffering. Each and every morning I come here, I do my work, and then at the end of the month I am paid, and then you want to steal what I've acquired? That one I cannot tolerate, my dear. And if I get you, I will not have kind words for you. And also I will not have kind actions for you. I will, you know, try to discipline you a bit, so that you get to understand that Denis Oringi suffers a lot when he is looking for what he is acquiring, or what he has acquired that you want to steal. If you want to steal, come and steal me as Oringi Denis and take me where you want to take me. But don't steal what I've really looked for, because in the process of coming to steal me, I will also show for you some Kung Fu style that I've learned from Jackie Chan. For those who are familiar with Jackie Chan film, and you know how he acts. So I will also show for you the Kung Fu style there. So, dear viewer, you need to know that we are remaining with 20 minutes, and it is already 10 minutes past the hour of 8 a.m. right here on Westtnile Television. Let's get to more stories this morning. Judiciary 6, that is 1.6 billion for judges' security. This is something that you need to know, that the judiciary is seeking 1.6 billion for their personal, for the judges' security. 1.6 billion. So the judiciary is courting Parliament. They are trying to woo Parliament to approve a supplementary request of 1.6 billion for the personal security of judges and other judicial officers. This request is contained in the supplementary that is expenditure schedule number 1 that was on Thursday, yesterday, 23rd of March 2023, presented by Honorable Fox Odoi, the man who is being demanded by his voters not to step at the constituency because of supporting the homosexuality. So Fox Odoi was able to present the supplementary expenditure schedule number 1 yesterday for the judiciary, where they are seeking 1.6 billion for the judges' security right there. So Odoi appealed to the Committee on Budget that is scrutinizing the supplementary request for different sectors to approve 1.6 billion to enhance, by the way, to enhance the personal security of judges. This 1.6 billion is to enhance personal security of judges. He said in the recent past there were attempts on the lives of judiciary officers, including the principal judge. You also know that in 2015, one Joan Kagezi, a prosecutor, was gunned down in Kiwatule, that is a Kampala suburb. Although he said the money will cater for the procurement of specialized security equipment for the protection of judges, this is something that you need to know right there. And the Kira Municipality Member of Parliament, Ibrahim Samujunganda, said the supplementary request does not cater for the security of all judges, but a few specific judges because of the specific assignments they were doing, which came with the threat. And Maxwell Akora, that is the Maruzi County Member of Parliament, who is a member of UPC, rejected the request, saying there is no need to militarize the judiciary that is mandated to dispense justice right there. So he says that why should we militarize the judiciary? If their work is to dispense justice, why can't they also dispense justice for themselves? If somebody has killed them, why don't they investigate thoroughly and they get the person and the person is prosecuted? And then if they can also use their IQ that they always use in judging cases, why don't they also be security conscious? Things they always say that security starts with you. Personal security starts with you. So why can't they also be conscious, other than demanding 1.6 billion of taxpayers' money only to enhance their personal security? Now, what about the security of the Ugandans, the Wananchi, who are living under threats? There are those that have been evicted from their land. There are those that have been beaten up. There are those that their houses have been burnt down. We have this sub-counties in this country that are being manned by only 2 police officers. And why can't we use the 1.6 billion to increase the number of police officers in the different sub-counties that we do have, so that the dispensation of justice can really be done very fast, and we see people really being prosecuted, the people who are being judged fairly. So I think to some members of Parliament, more especially those who belong to Legal Affairs Committee, are saying no, this 1.6 billion for the judges' security, in which there are only some few who will benefit from this 1.6 billion. Why can't they be security conscious themselves? Now, if all of us were to write to demand for personal security, I think I also have a right to, I think I have also to request the government to provide for their security. And each and every Ugandan will also be able to say, I think I need to be protected. Should I take you back to, that is the George Orwell in his book, that is the Animal Farm, that there are some animals that are more important than other animals. I think that should be the case. For those who have ever read that particular book, that is George Orwell in his book, that is The Animal Farm. You can get your time and you get yourself one of the copies of The Animal Farm, and you'll be able to read and understand what happens in our country, Uganda. 1.6 billion for judges' security. I think that's a huge amount of money. And remember, the number of the police officers or the soldiers who are supposed to protect these judges were supposed to be used for protecting all Ugandans per se, because all of us, we are equal, by the way, as human beings. But because of politics and other things, you find that there are other people who are more important than others, and they need such privileges. But 1.6 billion, that is too much to me. That's too much. 1.6 billion can really, can run the whole district budget. 1.6 billion can run the whole district budget. So we are talking about road infrastructure in some regions that have poor road network. We have some districts that do not receive even up to 1 billion as a road fund Why can't we use that money to finance some of the districts that do have little amount of money as far as road fund is concerned? As a country, we have a lot of money, by the way, for your information. If the judiciary is seeking 1.6 billion for personal security of the judges, I think we have a lot of money in this country, and we need to get down back to the drawing board and we begin reasoning about the priorities of the country, or call Uganda. Is personal security for the judges a priority at this particular time as we are talking? We are talking about recovering from COVID-19. According to the statement that the minister, the permanent secretary to the Treasury, Ministry of Finance, that is Ramadan Ngobi, saying that Uganda is recovering from COVID-19, so the GDP has really gone a little bit down, and that's why we have gone into borrowing. And currently, as we do talk, as a country, by the way, we have borrowed to the tune of 87 trillion that we are supposed to pay back as as debt to the to those that we have borrowed their money. So as a country, our debt financing at this particular time that we are supposed to pay back stands at 87 trillion, for your information, and that doubles the country's budget. And here we have some people who are demanding 1.6 billion for their personal security. Now, what about the security for other Ugandans who are also at threat, by the way, for your information? That we have some areas that you hardly see a police officer and also a military person trying to to protect the people. We are talking about the cattle rustlers, or the raiders, who are affecting the lives of the people in the in northern Uganda, more especially those that are bordering Karamoja sub-region. Their animals are being picked away, and they are not being provided with security. I can remember vividly one time when the Prime Minister of the Republic of Uganda went to that is Abim district to have engagement with the leaders and also the leadership of actually parliamentary group. Some of the residents were asking government to give them guns so that to protect their corral and also to protect themselves as vigilantes. So what happened was that the Prime Minister says he will be able to go and discuss this with the President of the Republic of Uganda. So as the judiciary is demanding for 1.6 billion, I think there's need for us also to think about the lives of other Ugandans, because 1.6 billion is too much amount of money. That can be used for other things in other sectors as well, more especially the priority sectors that we do have in this country, Uganda. Away from that, the civilians, 3 UPDF officers among scores injured in fight over Nambole, and that is according to the deputy spokesperson for the Uganda People's Defense Forces. This happened yesterday. That unspecified number of civilians and 3 soldiers were injured yesterday after suspected encroachers on government land allegedly attacked Uganda People's Defense Forces UPDF engineers renovating Mandela National Stadium, Nambole. You also have to know that the army said chaos ensued at around 9 a.m. after the group armed with the machetes, stones, arrows and bows under the leadership of one that is Godfrey Kawoya, the vice chairman of Shireka Zone B, and another only identified as Masada of Katoke Zone, allegedly attacked that is their engineers on duty with a confrontation that lasted 3 hours right there at Nambole. So this is what exactly happened yesterday, and the engineers were reportedly surveying part of the land that hosts Nambole Stadium complex in order to begin laying culverts and block manholes. Government kicked off the renovation of the stadium last year with the construction of the perimeter wall as one of the requirements from CAF and to protect the land from encroachers. You need to know that as such, hundreds of residents of Chireka Zone B have been spending sleepless nights over their eviction, with UPDF saying the residents were given a deadline of February 15th, 2023 to vacate the premises. So that is unfortunate incident that happened yesterday, that is in Kampala at Chireka B, where Nambole is situated. So I believe that government of the Republic of Uganda will be able to have a roundtable discussion with the affected residents who have gone to that extent of taking law into their hands and attacking the UPDF engineers who were at the site doing construction work of renovating the only national stadium that we do have in this country, and that is Nambole. And that is why Uganda Cranes player are not playing here in our country, Uganda, because we do not have a stadium that can really host, the tournament that they are really playing currently as we do talk. And that's why they were able to get out of the country to go and play their game out, so that they leave space for the UPDF engineers to construct Nambole Stadium. Unfortunately, the residents who were not happy with the actions of the government, because UPDF is part of the government, of really surveying part of the land and affecting their lives. Let's get to another story here, that government list disaster-prone areas ahead of the rainy season. This is something that you need to know, that the Minister for Relief, Disaster Preparedness and Refugees has cautioned people in high hills and low-lying areas on rain-related disasters such as landslides and waterlogging ahead of the setting rainy season in various parts of the country. Remember, the month of March, April, May, that the Ministry of Disaster has termed to be MAM, that is March, April, May. We have to be very, very, very conscious of disaster, because the kind of rainfall we are receiving now, it is different. And it is the return of rain this season, and how heavy and how disastrous the rain can be. So those that are in the disaster-prone areas, please, you have to take this caution. Seriously, and we have to vacate early enough so that we are not affected. Remember, government of the Republic of Uganda spends a lot of money in as far as dealing with the disaster is concerned. So let us save money by saving ourselves also from the disaster. So once we save ourselves from disaster, we shall also be able to save money that can be used for other things in this country, Uganda. 7 minutes to the top of the hour. Allow me to tell you that there are 12 offenses or penalties in new anti-gay legislation that you need to know. That was passed by Parliament of the Republic of Uganda on Tuesday, and the government of the Republic of Uganda is receiving condemnations from different corners of this world, more especially from those who claim to be funding this country in different sectors. And it is important that you should be able to know what we call the offenses, the 12 offenses that have been outlined under this homosexuality bill. One, homosexuality will really cause somebody to be in prison for 20 years. Attempted homosexuality will cause somebody to be in prison for 10 years. Aggravated homosexuality will attract a death sentence right there. And then attempted aggravated homosexuality will attract 14-year imprisonment. Child homosexuality will attract a 3-year imprisonment. Child grooming or recruiting, displaying, distributing materials, displaying same sex, that will attract 20 years. Sexual act performing a same-sex imprisonment. Sexual act in presence of a child will attract 20-year imprisonment. Allowing use of any premises for purposes of homosexuality. So if your home is being used for practicing homosexuality, you will be able to go in prison for 10 years. And then you have to know the purporting to contract, presiding over, that is witnessing, attending same-sex marriage, will attract 10-year imprisonment. Promotion of homosexuality, encourages or pursues same-sex gender sexual acts, advertises, publishes, provides a financial support, use or allows another person to use any premises for homosexuality will attract 20 years of imprisonment. And then promotion by a legal entity will attract, that is a fine of 50,000 currency points. And then suspension, 10 years or cancellation of license. Failure to disclose sexual offenses record when applying for a job in a child care institution will attract what we call 2-year imprisonment and termination. So dear viewer, the 4 minutes remaining, we are giving it to sample some of the comments that you were able to drop in as far as questions really concerned to what we posed to you earlier on about the World TB Day today, and we ask you what can be done in regards to fighting, in regards to fighting that is TB in our country, Uganda, as we commemorate World TB Day today. And we ask you this morning, what are the challenges in fighting TB? And the comments that we have received, we have Awuza Fedox who say that catching us live from that is Kampala, Nansana. It is a great one. And there, I think, is talking about this bill of homosexuality, but we did ask you of that is fighting TB right there. So if the producer can get us other comments in regard to TB, we would really be able to appreciate. So we ask you, what are the challenges in fighting TB right there? So if there are comments right there, we shall be able to sample for you the comments right there. Remember, 3 minutes to the top of the hour, to a half past, that is 8 a.m. We shall be able to say bye-bye for today's show right here on Westtnile Television. Also, we have Woza said, good morning. The greatest problem here is inadequate, that is sensitization of the mass about the disease that is TB, and the message to PIDA people is that don't take laws into your hands. Thank you very much for commenting on that also. That is what is happening in PIDA right there. So thank you very much, Awuza Fredox, for your comment right there. We do appreciate you for always following Westtnile Television. If we do have more comments, we shall also as well sample right there for you. 2 minutes to the top, to a half past, that is 8 a.m. That will be the time that I will be getting out of the studio. And do not forget that after this particular show, we shall be able to have the Lugbara Maabi that will be done by Maurice Eriku. It's a Lugbara Casual show that will be coming your way. That is from the hour 10 to 11 right there. Then later on, the request hour, the Northern request hour, will be following suit. That is from midday to 1. Then from 1 to, that is 2, we shall be able to have the street talk with MC Sarge. And then from that is 2 to 3, we shall be able to have the whistle time with Fudibo Owen, Lady Susie, together with Benson right there, as they will be able to analyze for you what is happening in the world of sport. And do not forget, later on we shall be able to give you a movie that will be able to take you to your evening time as we wait for the Shuku Shuku team, DJ Mosh, together with the Us and the Big Brother and Fifi Hafi bouncing right there for the Shuku Shuku Friday edition. And they will be able to have a guest that they will be able to dissect some of the issues that we do have right here in Westtnile as far as entertainment is concerned. And do not forget, 7 p.m. That is Christine Okumuringa coming through with that is Nilecast News Hour right there. So BTunes City Music says the state should allocate more funds to do more research, sensitization of the citizens. And thank you very much, BTunes City Music Ministers Village in Tinda. Thank you very much for catching us live from that side using the YouTube page right there. We always appreciate those who are always catching us live through different social media platforms that we do have, and for those who follow and they don't than others, that those animals that are more animals than other animals, as George Orwell did say in his book, that is the Animal Farm right there. So let me get out, because I have also other things that I'm supposed to do. So let me give you time to enjoy yourself as you continue watching Westtnile Television. The weather is a little bit chilly, and I do not know whether you have carried your jacket or you have carried something for yourself to protect you from the heavy rain that we might receive this morning in this region called Westtnile. I do not know whether it is shining in your region. It is up to you to tell us using our socials. My name is Denis Oringi. I am out of here. Thank you very much, my producer, and thank you very much, my camera person. That is none other than the Zone, the pro, who has been able to light up the studio this morning, and that's why I'm looking Kawa for you. Good morning.